I'm about to step in this interview, but I can hop back on in about whenever it's done. That nuance right there, it's idiotic. It just shows the hate that you put out for people that put love. There's so much love in the art that I put out.
Due respect, what are you talking about?
We have to admit this is somewhat entertaining. You know, this is going to be laughed at by many people.
What's entertaining?
That was funny.
We back at it again. This interview right here is about to go left. Right now we're about to react to Kanye West, Sneako, on the Piers Morgan show, where they're gonna be discussing sensitive topics. We all know what those topics are about, right? Remember when mainstream media try to shun your boy out? Let's see how this is about to play out. Don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. For those who aren't aware, Sneako is a IRL streamer and he's known for, let's just say, speaking his mind. Let's see how this is about to play out. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, we haven't spoken for a while. How are you?
I'm doing good. I don't use the term West, you know, the whole drop the slave name idea.
Okay, so we just call you yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, look, when I last interviewed, we had a long conversation. And since then, a lot has happened in your life. And so I'm grateful for the opportunity to try and talk to you about some of this. How would you say your life is at the moment?
I mean, you see that view?
Your life is good?
Well, judge it on the view as the answer to how my life is. Judge me by the view.
Well, the view is Mallorca. I've been there. It's a beautiful place.
Oh, snap.
And for all intents and purposes, you seem very relaxed and happy. That is in direct contrast to your public image at the moment over the last couple of years, led by your ferocious... Well, hang on, let me finish the question. Led by your ferocious use of...
No, but I already disagree. It's not in contrast. There's so many people and artists that are championing the idea of someone being able to just express who they really are and have been able to go through the war of being attacked by the banks, being attacked, you know, by the banks. That's the best way to put it, being attacked by the banks and to still be here with this view is, you know, that's the win. So I think I'm in contrast to your contrast.
Okay, but the point I was going to make is that I watch what you put out on X. You've got 32 million followers, so you're one of the most followed people.
See, wait. Now look right now. You're not gonna take inches off my dick, bro. Like, how many followers do I have?
Well, how many is it?
I think you could do the study. You got a whole staff over there.
I thought it was 32 million. How many is it? You obviously know.
I mean, no. I mean, don't help them out. You know, they.
I'm told it's 33 million now. So congratulations. You're slightly bigger following than I thought.
No, congratulations. Your information is correct. You're not just some, you know, dude trying to sub. You know, I'm a gift, bro. Yeah.
Yo, Ye is on a different level right now. You could tell this interview went left before it even started. You got to pay attention to tone. You understand what I mean? Piers Morgan already's coming off sarcastic, like he's ready to throw them. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to hit below the belt, if you ask me. I don't know. It seems like he's alluding so he could get that I gotcha moment. I'm telling you. He's setting up the play. That's how I'm looking at it right now.
I mean, why do all you people in media act like you haven't played my songs at your weddings or graduations or at funerals or when your child was born? You know, you take somebody that's living like a Lennon, a Michael Jackson, and you just take all this time to just, like, that nuance right there. It's idiotic. It just shows the hate that you put out for people that put love. There's so much love in the art that I put out.
What are you talking about? I haven't said anything.
What are you talking about? It's 30. Okay, now you're not taking accountability or responsibility.
Literally, you said it. You implied I haven't played your music. Of course I played your music.
No, sir. This is what you get for now. We can circle back when you can count.
Okay.
What happened?
Where's he gone, Sneako?
Sneako's like,
that's
I
it
don't
for
know
Ye.
what happened.
But it's nice to meet you, Piers.
Where's he gone?
I think he's just going back to work. There's several things he's working on. I was not aware he was.
Yo, what just happened right now? I'm lost right now. Yo, Sneako's hilarious, yo. They need to put him in movies, man. I don't know. That simple little just nice to meet you, Piers. He's going back to work. I don't know. What are we in a simulation right now? This is hilarious.
He was going to leave like this, but it seems like
What,
he got upset about the.
so it's all just a game, is it? Is that the
Twitter
idea?
followers. Well, I mean, life is a video game, is it?
Uh-oh.
No, I just wondered what the point of this exercise was. Was he supposed to do an interview or not?
Are you supposed to do an interview? But I mean, the amount of Twitter followers, something like that, it's patronizing for no reason. You said his name incorrectly. You know his name is Ye. This is very public about that. Hopefully we could do it. I think this was good. We were prepared for a good interview. But come on, you know what you were doing.
What do you think I'm doing?
Facts, I know what he was doing. We
I
all
think you
know what he
were
was doing.
Trying to patronize very intentionally by getting those two things, under his skin. Maybe it could have been about past interviews or because of what happened yesterday. But I mean, this information is not that difficult to get right.
For real. I don't know. Piers Morgan at one point, he came off like, you know what? This guy's a scumbag. And then at a left field, when he started doing his independent thing, he seemed a little bit like, you know what? He's for the people. But now you can already tell. They got their hands all in his pockets right now. He's still being controlled and manipulated. I mean, this whole interview right here, it wasn't even a real interview, but he was really starting it off wrong. Everything was intentionally negative if you pay attention to his tone. You understand?
Yeah, we called him Ye, and we got his Twitter following count wrong by 1 million, from 32 to
That's a lot.
33 million. Also, for the record, you guys dicked us around yesterday, and you
Hey.
seem to find that very entertaining and amusing in your live stream, which I'm sure you will now. You kept all my crew in Spain and here
nah, he was
waiting,
catty.
and then wasted their time. And then you got us all back now, and you've wasted our time again. And you again may find that funny and entertaining, and that's fine. I don't. I think it's a total waste of everyone's time and effort and money.
Well, I mean, it is. I was ready for the interview yesterday, too. My time is important as well, regardless if it was wasted. We have to admit this is somewhat entertaining. This is going to be laughed at by many people.
What's
not what I expected, but-
entertaining?
That was funny. That's undeniably walking off right into the beginning of an interview is funny.
Yeah? Out of interest,
He was
What's
subjective.
going on
out of
over
interest,
here?
what do you do with him?
What do you mean what you do with him?
I'm
What?
working on several films right now. I am streaming out here. I'm editing, and I work on things behind the scenes, some inspiration for art. I'm just there to try to help fulfill his vision.
Well, let me
and
ask
also
you.
work
Let me
on my
ask
own
you the
too, and
questions I would have asked him. So, I mean, out of interest, what is with his obsession with Hitler? Why is he so rampantly anti-Semitic?
I'm not going
all
to
over
answer
social
questions
media?
on his behalf.
Well, you're going to have to
I
because
can't
he's
answer
not
questions on
there.
his behalf.
I mean,
He's
you're
not
gonna
there.
have to.
What's that? What's that?
He's not there. Literally.
I'm not gonna lie, Piers Morgan is coming across like a scumbag right now. He's really pissed off. I mean, hey, look, listen. You'd rather be pissed off than to be pissed on. Huh? Doesn't that make sense? You see the logic in that right there? Your boy is being very personal right now. How do you expect Sneako to answer on his behalf? Make it make sense, Piers.
He's dropping a track today called Heil Hitler. Why are you happy to be associated with somebody like that? Out of interest.
I'm not going to speak on his art and his vision while
I'm
he's not
asking
here.
you.
I
Why,
find
I'm
it
asking you
inappropriate.
why you're happy to be associated with somebody who most of the world believes is now a rampant anti-Semite.
Well, you're associated as well. Your show's
I
called
don't
Piers
think
Morgan
so.
Uncensored.
Yeah.
You tried to get him censored on X. And here you are on the days we're going to release the song doing an interview with him. So we're all involved here. It's not like I'm the only one complicit.
At the end of the day, the only people who have a problem with what Kanye West is saying, like seriously, whoever's saying that he's anti, will only be, we know who those people are. So let's be real. Now, anyone who's not Jewish, right? I wouldn't say they're calling him anti. They would probably say, you know what? Your man is bugging. He shouldn't have said that. So, so Piers Morgan saying that right there, that's manipulating. That's gaslighting right there. Why would you say something like that? You know that's not true.
Yeah, the reason I wanted to get him on was because I don't think anyone holds him to account for anything he does on X. And in fact, he deliberately breaches all of X's rules, and yet he does it with impunity and is allowed to do it, whereas millions of other accounts get suspended for far less offences. So I was going to ask him directly, which is why I mentioned his X following. I was going to ask him about what he puts on X and why he does this, why he continually attacks
like
Jewish
anything
people,
can go
why
on
he
X.
continually celebrates Adolf Hitler. And then I'm curious about, given he's not there, can't answer these questions, what your association is with this guy, and whether you're comfortable to be associated with somebody who most people consider to be an anti-Semite.
I think I just answered this question. And these are good questions. I think I just answered half.
We
of
haven't
that
answered
one.
the question, though, have you?
But I mean, if I did, you said, "What are you doing out here?" And I said, "I'm doing films and I'm recording behind the scenes and I'm streaming and I'm editing and helping fulfill his
Have
vision."
you been helping him with the track
if you-
Heil Hitler?
No, I don't. I'm not a music guy. And if you wanted to get questions about his Twitter or X correct, then you should have got the number of followers correct. That was something intentional that you knew what you were doing.
So I got
if you
the
know
size of his
everything
dick
about what
wrong.
he's
Is that
tweeting,
what you say?
well, if you know everything else that he's tweeting, you should have got that right as well.
Oh, don't be so pathetic,
Word.
Sneako. Honestly, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get good content which will promote you, Sneako. And I'm just curious how you, Sneako, deal with the fact that you are so openly associating yourself
You asked that question a
with
few
somebody
times.
who
Yeah,
seems
why
to
is that
worship
redundant
Adolf
for?
Hitler and is pro the Nazis.
If you see what's happening right now, he's being redundant, but purposely being ignorant at the same time. I know you guys are seeing what's going on right here. The fact that he's being redundant is strategic. He wants this to be, how can I say? This is all for the soundbite. That's all this is for. It's just for the soundbite. He keeps repeating that part right there so that people can hear him say this. Look, Sneako, you are attached to this anti-person right here. It is you. You are standing for something that you should not be standing for. This is what he's saying right now. You know what I mean? He's trying to discredit Sneako and make him look like he's part of what Kanye is doing now. Just because he's with him there does not mean he agrees with every single thing that Ye agrees with. So let's be realistic right now. You understand what I mean? Let's use logic and rationale right here. Get out your feelings.
Do you feel comfortable about that?
No, we worship God. There's a
No,
if you're
he
gonna say it's
worships
pathetic
Adolf
that
Hitler.
I'm here promoting this. We could talk about how
He
pathetic it
worships
is that
Adolf Hitler.
What?
that you were essentially working for Israel up until a couple months ago and
Really?
promoting
When was I
things
working for
like
Israel?
genocide and not pushing back.
When was I working for Israel?
If it's pathetic to make films behind the scenes of one of the greatest living artists, probably the greatest living artist, you think
Well,
that's
he
pathetic,
certainly was.
You point the finger
He
at you and
certainly
say it's
was a
pathetic as
great.
well.
He was a great artist.
Yes, he
Unfortunately,
was.
he's become a rampant anti-Semite who adores Adolf Hitler, embraces Nazism, uses swastika
I'm pretty
slogans
sure he says he loves
to
everyone.
sell his
I'm not
merchandise,
gonna speak
and
for
has a
him,
new
but-
record out called Heil Hitler.
So basically, Ye could talk about niggas and all this kind of stuff, and it's cool. No one has an issue with it. But the minute he talks about anything different, now he's anti. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Forgive me if I don't currently
The
see
song is
him
not. I mean,
as one of the
everything you're
world's
saying
great
in this question
artists.
is incorrect.
Yeah, but I don't see
Everything
him.
you're saying in this question is incorrect.
Sorry.
The song isn't out. The song isn't out for one, and two, he says he loves everyone. He says he loves Jews. He says he loves Hitler. He says he loves everybody. But
Really?
this could be,
So when he
yeah,
says,
just-
let me ask you, given you're the one sitting there, he said Jews were better as slaves. You have to put your Jews in their place and make them into your slaves. You then said make your Jews work for you, but watch them as close as you can. Whip the Jews. You comfortable with that, Sneako?
Your boy is crazy.
I think that's. I find it funny. That's not something that I would do personally. I don't whip
You think
anybody.
it's funny,
I
do you?
don't,
Whipping
condone
Jews?
slavery.
Using Jews as slaves? You think
I
that's
think
funny?
the context of that is funny. Yeah.
What's
and
the
also
humour?
to
I'm
remove
missing,
any sense of humor
I'm missing
from
the
that is
humour. What's the
ridiculous.
humour?
It's. I mean, do you want me to break down a joke for you?
You think it's a joke, do you, about whipping Jews?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a joke because I've been here for a couple weeks and he hasn't whipped any Jews.
Really? So because he hasn't actually whipped any yet,
Yeah,
that's a joke.
He really
he
has.
said,
Yeah.
What's
Really
wrong
has.
with your boy?
But Piers, before I leave, I don't want to speak on his behalf. If he's if you're agreeing
But what
that he's
choice do we
the
have? You
greatest
set
living
this
artist
thing.
right now.
You set this farce up. He's dicked us around. You're the one left. So you're going to have to be accountable for him. Unless you want to walk away too.
Accountable? What do you want to hold me accountable?
If you don't want to answer questions either, you are
He's
free to
trying to
stand
get
up
you
and walk away
banned.
like a little
Exactly.
sniveling
Well, you could ask
coward
questions.
too.
If you have questions for me, then I'll feel
You
free
know
to
what? Here's
answer
my
those.
question
But
for
just
you.
when it comes to Ye,
Why is your mate Ye?
is this whole thing going to be interrupting, or
Why is your mate
this whole
Ye?
thing just going to be interrupting? Or do you want me to speak
look,
at all?
You're sounding like Andrew Tate Light, like his annoying little younger brother we never knew about.
Nah. Your boy got personal issues right now. He's displaying trauma right now. Something happened in the past. We all know what's going on right now, right? Can we see it together? Do we see it? Do you see it? I know I see it. Pause, but I mean, it's clear to see.
Okay? Doesn't work with me. Okay? You set this thing up. It's obviously some kind of elaborate prank.
Okay,
that you're pulling
your team asked
with
me to
your
do
mate
this.
Ye.
If you want to be
But given that
Netanyahu
you-
light on TV,
But given you want to, given
you want to be Dave
you think it's all
Portnoy with the
funny,
suit,
it's fine.
then sure. If you want to do ad hominem attacks, then why invite someone on your show? I set this up
For
because your
real.
team asked me to do it. I
Yeah.
did everything that I could. If I knew that this would, I'm not here wasting your time. You're angry at me for setting up an interview that you wanted. If you have questions for me, I'm happy to answer
Yeah,
those.
here's
If you
my
want to keep
question.
doing
Why did
insults,
your-
there's no point in me being here.
Why did Ye stand up like a sniveling little coward and walk away before I could ask him
What's
difficult
wrong
questions?
with Piers?
For the third time, Piers, I don't know if you have a hearing problem, but I'm not going to answer questions on another man's behalf. But
Really?
thank you for
Even though
having me.
you
If
set
would
up
like
the
to talk
interview with
one-on-one
him.
another time, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
thank
tell
you.
him from me he's a sniveling little coward. And he's an anti-Semite and a Hitler worshipper. That's what I would have asked him if he'd
That's
had
what
the,
this was
the
all
balls
about.
to sit there and take the questions. And there you are, proudly associating yourself with him. Good luck to you, Sneako. Everyone can see you for what you are.
What is he? We can see you for what you are. You understand what I mean, Piers? You seem like you butthurt because you didn't get the interview that you were looking for. And the interview was solely based so you could get your sound bites. No, my boy. It don't work like that, Piers. You gotta do better. Listen, go in the comments. Let me know how you feel about this right here. I think that Piers Morgan was really trying to incite violence. Hey, call it how I see it. If it quack like a duck, it walk like a duck, and it act like a duck, it's a duck, baby. Believe it. Listen, I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. This was hilarious right here. People be getting into their feelings for no reason. Listen, get your money. See you in the next one.